What is one restaurant experience you will never forget? I was out to dinner with my family at a nice restaurant, and we had a horrible waiter. He was rude, didn't check on us, and got our orders wrong. When we finally got our food, my dad noticed his steak was undercooked. He politely asked the waiter if he could cook it a bit more. The waiter rolled his eyes and took the steak back. A few minutes later, he returned with the steak. My dad cut into it and saw it was still undercooked. He asked the waiter again if he could cook it a bit more. The waiter sighed and took the steak back. This time, he was gone for a while. When he finally came back, he slammed the steak down in front of my dad and said, "Here, I hope it's cooked enough for you now." My dad cut into the steak and saw it was still undercooked. He calmly said, "Excuse me, but this steak is still undercooked." The waiter snapped and said, "Well, maybe you should just cook it yourself then." My dad stood up, took the steak, and walked into the kitchen. He cooked the steak himself, came back to the table, and sat down. The waiter was speechless. My dad took a bite of the steak and said, "Now that's how you cook a steak." The manager saw the whole thing and fired the waiter on the spot. We got our meal for free and left a huge tip for the chef.